Yeah, I'm recording my own side again. Although we're gonna probably on the main episode switch back to the poorer quality recording so I can get our live responses to the next hilarious clips that I play. Ha ha ha! Back in business.
It caused an existential crisis in Jack because he's just unplugged the wrong stuff. It's amazing.
No, technology just kills me, man. I just don't understand it at all, and I rely on it so much, and it just always just finds ways
I was
to
saying,
crush
we're
me.
boomers, Jack, right?
Well, why do you think we do so many Bob Dylan episodes?
Yeah.
So, okay, I got fucking... yeah, I got the stuff here. Inshallah. Right, so like when I want reliable news on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, if I want to get my pro-Hamas news, obviously I go to the British Broadcasting Corporation, the top people for more like the Hamas broadcasting shit. That's what I say. I pitched that to the Israeli stand-up show, and they said that actually that's too funny. The Israeli satire show. I mean.
You know, Lee Kern visited them the other day. He's going to end up writing for them.
Oh my god, that's fantastic. I still want to know what. Maybe we can address it later. I want to know what that beef was with him and Sacha Baron Cohen that he like alluded to in a bitchy tweet just before.
I don't know. I think he might just have been sulking because Sacha Baron Cohen gets all the credit for it, and he's making a general sort of.
Doing all the funny stuff.
Lots of hard-working people on these films. It's like
there's
9 writers on it, and even though some of them have done some good stuff, it ended up like that.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of these workers, they just bitch and complain, and like the bosses are like the real visionaries, and they've earned their money. Anyway, so we've got when I want as an anarcho-capitalist, when I want my Hamas news, I go to the BBC, and that is what this hilarious Israeli sketch is depicting. Let's have a look.
God.
This is the leader of Hamas, Yahya Sinwar. This is him. This is the real guy. This is the real him. They've actually got BBC in quotation marks, on YouTube, so just in case anyone thought it was the real BBC. By the way, the top YouTube comment under this clip is as follows. When you try to make a funny skit, but you accidentally make a documentary. This is literally how BBC has been reporting these past few weeks. Absolutely disgusting. Somebody says, it's nice to see the Israelis keeping up their humour during this horrible time. Another comment, we Indians always stand with our friend Israel. The second to last comment I read there, it's nice to see Israel keeping their sense of humour at this time. Under this show's other BBC sketch, a different account has posted literally the same comment word for word. The top comment on this one is, seriously, as a Brit, I can only apologise to Israel for the national broadcaster's bias on this. It's a disgrace. And just another comment from NW London Metaler 3427. From a British point of view, this is a brilliant comedy. ... I love it. I have to say it is true. BBC are biased and spot on with the mockery of the BBC. So, let you hear the sketch now. Make up your own minds. See if you too want to leave a comment under one of these videos saying, I love that Israelis are keeping up their sense of humour in this horrific time.
See if they did this like the real Rod Hull bit from like Ancient Lee and Harry. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Good evening from London. 39 days
God.
after Hamas freedom fighters peacefully attacked Israel.
So already the accent is fucking shit.
The accent is amazing. Like, what? Like, she's not even trying.
It's like, well, I don't even fucking know what the film was. There was just that clip of Gal Gadot where she was just like, oh, I love champagne or something in some historical drama, or like Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
50th film adaptation of it or something. Anyway, so yeah, after Hamas peacefully attacked Israel, etc.
We have now an exclusive interview with its leader, Yahya Sinwar.
He's just living it up there.
Good evening, Rachel. Let me just correct you.
So he's just got, what's he got? A plate of like those delicious baklava.
Throne.
Yeah, he's like sitting in a throne. He's got he's drinking tea, I think, rather than actually champagne. Because there was, remember, the great Israeli propaganda pictures of all of the leadership of Hamas on a plane, like living it up and drinking champagne and stuff.
Yeah, a famously Muslim activity, drinking champagne.
Yeah, on their private jet. Yeah, they've gone with realism in this sketch. So he's just drinking like.
So they've given
tea.
this guy like a gold throne in a cave or in a tunnel, I guess, sort of underground.
It's
bunker.
like the Saddam setup, right? Like.
look, and he's using a fucking laptop. Like kids these days, they complain about capitalism, they complain about Israeli occupation, but they're just there with their laptops and iPhones. Yeah, exactly. Right, so let's see what he's got to say. The leader of Hamas. If I can fucking get it playing again.
There were also freedom rapists and freedom
rape.
butchers.
Of course, I apologize. Mr. Sinwar, I understand that you are now working towards a ceasefire.
Yes, Rachel, you know me. Wherever there is fire...
They know each other. They're BBC. They're close personal friends with Hamas. The senior Fiona Bruce and Emily Maitlis. She left for BBC to spend more time with Hamas.
They get Hamas on Question Time almost every week these days.
Yeah, they've always got a representative.
I have also, I've just remembered that this is not a visual medium. But the way that she looks, people listening to this cannot see how the woman looks, but she does not look like any kind of BBC presenter. Like, why has she got like a really shiny sort of salmon dress and a bad wig on? Like, they've genuinely not even tried. So it's amazing.
She looks kind of like Super Tansky, I think.
She does kind of look a little bit like that.
I mean, I don't know what shit Super Tansky wears, but the haircut is reminding me of that.
And so the vibe.
Yeah, the vibe, the general vibe. The sympathy for her. No. I don't know what Super Tansky's take on the whole Israeli-Palestinian situation.
I heard she's just like not commented on it at all for like 7 weeks or whatever. Just
Probably
not make any
wise.
mention.
Probably wise.
No, but get the Tories out, right? Yeah, that's real politics. Concrete facts. We have certified, but anyway. I'm saying concrete facts. So yeah, let's see more. Let's seize it.
All we are saying is give ceasefire a chance.
The fire must be seized.
I feel like they should have just done give cease a chance. People would have got it. Like, it doesn't need to be. You don't need to mess up the. It's like, is it funnier to mess up the scansion?
This is not a show that has
have bad grammar.
Much respect for its audience. I don't think.
Well, here's the
Do
thing.
people watch this? Like, is this popular in Israel?
This is Israel's most renowned satire show. What's it called? Yair, did you get the name of the show when I talked to you about it?
No.
It's called like Eretz.
I did not take it in.
Eretz something.
It's like Israeli Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, as like, shit as that sounds.
Generally, a lot of their English language content is very
Saturday
Western facing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, well, that's a good point, Yair, because we are only really getting to see the stuff that they are putting out there to the entire world. So this is like the shit that they want people in like America and Britain to see. Just like a handful of sketches. Like, I've counted 4. There's one about Greta Thunberg as well that I could only find in really shit quality. But I mean, we could maybe talk about
really
that.
Shit video quality, he means.
Well, no, the quality
Amazing.
of comedy is impeccable, yeah. But yeah, so let's watch a bit more of his BBC one, or listen to it a bit to listen to.
Yeah, the situation in Gaza is terrible, Rachel. All innocent civilians are running out of town, so we are left without protection.
With no human shield at all.
No human
What's that
shield
fucking
at
accent?
all.
Suddenly decided to start doing a terrible
Oh
impression
my
of the
God.
Queen. Like 2 minutes in.
But I was going to say before I put it back on, like, this is the stuff that they put out to the world. Who knows what the fuck the stuff for the Israeli audience is like? How mental?
Well, they're saying nuke 'em all, aren't they?
That's the new song, isn't it? That's like
Is it? I was referencing that remark by, was it the defense minister or somebody? I don't know.
I saw that Owen Jones, small Owen Jones, did a video where he was talking about this like genocidal song that has become like a viral hit in Israel. I don't know if it's like
I'm sure.
It's on this show, but it will be something about it on Mr. Jones's YouTube channel. He's still got his Tory conference video pinned. Should be an anti-Starmer video. Annihilate Everyone. Israeli TV promotes genocidal song. Oh, it's sung by kids as well. Brilliant. This is like
that's nice.
The fucking Lamb and Lynx of Israel. You remember Lamb and Lynx? Like, well, of course we did a Louis Theroux episode quite recently.
Yeah.
Fuck off, YouTube.
I think they got better. I think they escaped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got deprogrammed themselves. Or
I'll just read some of the lyrics as they play on screen. Maybe we can put some music in the background. We are the children of Victory Generation. Autumn night falls over the beach of Gaza. Planes are bombing destruction. Look, the IDF is crossing the line to annihilate the swastika bearers. Because, the Palestinian children, they have copies of Mein Kampf in their children's living rooms. That's a kind of luxury that people in Gaza are living in. They have the children have their own living rooms. It's outrageous. To annihilate the swastika bearers, blah blah blah. In another year, the footage is just like them committing war crimes, bombing people while these children sing. In another year, there will be nothing here, and we will return to our homes safely. Within a year, it's so grim. We will annihilate everyone. And then we will return to plough our fields, and we will remember everyone, the pretty and the pure. It's so gross. And we'll stick a cattle prod up their arse and extract their sperm. We will never let our hearts forget a friendship like that. Love sanctified with blood. My god, that's the most fascist thing I've ever heard. You will return and bloom among us.
Oh my god.
Have you seen the sperm extraction video?
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. I was going to ask you
the sperm extraction video.
Was this the one
we have now run out of words. Thank fucking god that our soul still cries out. Our soul not only sings, it kills as well. Today our soul also fights. Like literally, basically what I was saying.
If I was putting out a song like that, I would have some lyrics in it that read out sound like arsehole.
The people of Forever Evermore. They love the Foo Fighters. No, that's Everlong, sorry. We won't be silent. We will show the world how today we destroy our enemy. And we will remember everyone, the pretty and the pure, this shit again.
That's the worst line.
Yeah, we'll never let our hearts, because it's just like, oh, we've got our beautiful Israeli women and these savages want to ravage them. We'll never let our hearts forget a friendship. Like, love sanctified with blood, again, great line.
Very bad.
Terrifying. You will return and bloom among us.
Are we the bad ones?
World War I era propaganda.
The Friendship Song, the 2023, that's called apparently.
Friendship
Holy
Song.
shit.
Well, that's a good punchline at least.
What the fuck does the music sound like? I gotta hear that for myself.
Yeah, is it a banger?
Okay, so I expected it would be like that fight song thing that Hillary Clinton used, some kind of like Imagine Dragons light radio rock, but it's actually like a really menacing, klezmatic sort of, traditional Jewish folk melody, but with like really gnarly electric guitars and these kids singing in a terrifying way. Not what I expected, but again, not something I'd have on regular rotation in the whip. As if I have a car, come on. But
they should enter this when they do Eurovision next.
Yeah, but it's got
Do you think that would stop the briefcases from supporting them? No.
No. Yeah, they should go out there.
It would make them more enthusiastic.
Yeah, hey, this time they should show how much they support Israel in Eurovision by fucking enlisting. Let's even do that.
Don't joke about that. Some fucker will.
Let's see how Butterworth fares at guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, no.
Just been shot at for the very first time.
Alright, so yeah, back to the Hamas interview.
So unfair.
So unfair. And our hospitals, Rachel, our schools, all run out of rockets. How are we supposed to kill Jews like this?
We've had like human shields and rockets so far. We're like ticking all the boxes.
All the hits.
Yeah.
With lectures.
Actually, we've tried that one. Didn't work.
I plead to the world. We need a ceasefire. We are tired. We need a break. Don't forget, we started a day earlier than the Israeli.
They started it. It was an unprovoked attack.
Yep. Nothing happened at all before October 7th.
That was the start of history. You've heard of the end of history.
Yeah, so unfair.
So
I
unfair.
understand the Zionists refused to put down the weapons.
Yes. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? All we want is a little time to rearm before we continue to kill them, and they won't let us.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sinoir. I can't hear you. All this noise in the background.
This is the most disgusting
I'm sorry, Rachel. There is a baby here.
Could you please get him to be quiet?
They're going
Yeah,
for the
I wish I
macabre
could.
laughs.
He's
here.
not mine, and his mother is in Israel. Never mind.
Okay,
It's a
look, it's really
hostage, get it?
hard to conduct an interview with this noisy kidnapped baby. Is he always like that?
The crying baby doesn't
at night, it's
stop
even
the Matt
worse,
Ford vibes
Rachel.
to this
Every
bullshit.
time we fire a rocket,
Yeah.
he wakes up.
Oh, no.
Did you hear that? Every time we fire a rocket, he wakes up. Whereas the much heavier artillery that is actually directly hitting Palestine, no, he's just breezing through that stuff.
Yeah, well, the babies don't wake up after that hits.
Yeah, that's a very good point, yes.
Didn't have one good night sleep in a month.
Wait, are you telling me that there is an Israeli baby that's torturing you by sleep deprivation?
You see, the BBC...
Great line delivery, nailed it, brilliant.
The BBC, they will just provide these sympathetic framings for the Palestinians. They will just hand them the question, you know? That's how the BBC do it.
Who is this for? I genuinely, is it meant to be for us? Is that what it is in
It's
English?
for, basically fucking Philo-Semite journalists in America and Britain, and
That's it.
the weird people that pop up in your mention. You like, I would like a ceasefire, and someone pops up in your mentions like, yes, you want Jewish people to be raped and killed. These people,
Yeah.
that's who this is aimed at internationally, you know?
Yeah, they
Very
dropped the
bizarre.
rape pretty early in this, by the way, didn't they? They were like straight
Yeah.
in there with the rape thing.
Mhm.
They love that at the moment, the rhetorical line about that.
Barbaric hordes, yeah.
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 Yes.
Occupying your house.
Because occupation's
So
not real.
unfair,
So
so unfair. And the world does absolutely nothing about it. I really hope you'll get a ceasefire soon. Thank you so much, Mr. Sinoir.
No. Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, Hamas
Now,
is so
please
grateful
stay
to the
with us for a
BBC.
moment of history.
This bit's great.
On this day in 1944, heartless Winston Churchill refused a ceasefire and continued the genocide.
Take it back. This
They
is
keep
the
spelling
grossest
ceasefire
part.
wrong
Yeah,
in the
this is mad.
subtitles.
What were you saying? Sorry, what was that, Garai?
They keep spelling ceasefire wrong in the subtitles.
Bastards.
3 times now.
That is easily the most egregious thing about this video.
Until I noticed that, I was fully on board with it. But now,
Yeah. I will say, the cunt doing the voiceover in this bit has the accent down better than
Yeah,
that
why
woman.
couldn't they get him to be the
What?
BBC presenter?
Oh yeah, I was also wondering, what about the actor playing the Hamas guy? Do you reckon he, is a regular in the show and he just plays, terrorist number 5 every week or whatever? Evil Muslim.
It's
Bin
like
Laden.
that, 3 Arab Israeli guys that get out for all the TikToks. They love to do the diversity casting.
Yeah.
I mean, it could even be a Middle Eastern Jewish man. There is a lot of white supremacy involved in the conflict inherently, but also the average Israeli and the average Palestinian kind of look pretty much identical.
Yeah.
From a Western lens. If they didn't have the arbitrary distinction of no, there's no such thing as a Jewish Arab that's a Mizrahi Jew, it would be not really much of a difference. Obviously, there are some very white Jews, but there are also there's a very white Israeli, I should say. There are also some very white Palestinians.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see Palestinians with red hair and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so let's watch the rest of this.
Sort of a tangent.
This
but
disgusting
this
bit of
crazy-
Holocaust
crazy
minimization.
video.
The genocidal attack on
On this
Nazi
day
Germany.
in 1944, heartless Winston Churchill refused a ceasefire and continued the genocidal attack on Nazi Germany. As we well know now, far more German civilians have died in the war, which makes them the victims and Britain the war criminal.
Okay, but that's true, right? Because Dresden was a war crime. Like, we agreed
100%.
that after the fact. We were like, we're not going to do that again. That was awful. They fucking wrote Slaughterhouse 5 about how evil we were.
Yeah,
Exactly. There's
taking the worst part of the most justifiable war and saying, yeah, this is awesome, this is great, but like the least justifiable bit of it, you know? Who's ridiculous?
Who's saying that because the bombing of Dresden was a war crime that we shouldn't have liberated the concentration camps? Like, there wasn't a great military utility to the bombing of Dresden. It probably didn't sway the war overall in the long term as much as it did demoralize.
Well, like,
the
we
German
could even
people.
go wider and discuss strategic bombing, and people have said strategic bombing in general was not a very effective strategy. And the best thing that can be said about it is that technologically it's possibly the best thing that they could have done in terms of bombing. Like, they didn't have guided munitions back then. So I don't know. It was not super effective in general, and it was an absolute atrocity. I mean, like the firebombing of Tokyo as well, and Hiroshima and all that as well.
Absolutely. Well, you've reminded me of like that there was like a lot of talk. Like, one of my nemeses at the moment is Mike Katz, the head of the Jewish labor movement, because I think
I know this character.
I think you have to be really,
because you're an anti-Semite, right, Jack?
that exactly. That's why. Yeah, it is bad, isn't it? You have to be like, oh, I dislike this organization called the Jewish labor movement. It does put a certain spin on it, and it's like, you know, but that's what I find so fucked up about the organization. That the guy, I think it's really irresponsible to be the head of something called the Jewish labor movement and to use that position to give cover to a fucking genocide that British Jews are not perpetrating. You know what I
They
mean?
also don't exactly do any like fucking workplace organizing, do they? Like, what? There's nothing labor related to their movement.
I think Unison actually affiliated with them the other day, which is like, oh wow, great timing.
Yeah, great.
Like, John Landsman joined them. You're talking about like targeted bombing and stuff, and there was that thing where like at the music festival, it's become likely that at least, you know, probably a small percentage, but part of the death toll was, and this has been reported in like Haaretz and maybe even like the Times of Jerusalem, which I believe is more right wing, but that an IDF helicopter like shot a load of Israelis when they're in their initial response to the October the 7th attack, and it's because they're not very good at not killing civilians while they do the military actions. They never really thought about that.
Killed a bunch of the hostages.
Yeah. It's just, they're just kind of used to there being an enormous amount of collateral damage to everyone they do, because usually it's not in areas containing Israeli civilians. Fools, man.
Oh, my cat's back. She's
My
here
cat.
to chew on wires.
Speaking of cats,
Just an interesting. Okay.
Can you keep a mental bookmark of that, because I'm gonna forget this thing. But I just mentioned Mike Katz, the head of the Jewish labor movement, and when the Electronic Intifada reported that thing about the Israeli helicopter shooting Israelis using mostly Israeli journalistic sources, Mike Katz was the first to share this. Like, this is just unhinged conspiracy theorism, tantamount to Holocaust denial. The Electronic Intifada is just racist hate, not journalism. And then literally the next day, like, Haaretz reported it, and he shared some like other Zionist guy, I think Marlon Solomon, tweeting about it like, yeah, very concerning, thought this happened. This is just like gone from one day to like, this is fucking Holocaust denial, to like, oh yeah, you know, shit happens, man. It's like the hospital again. It's like, we would never blow up a hospital, but we're gonna do one tomorrow, and we're gonna do one the day after that.
They also, a lot of people seem to have memory hold this, but there was actually like video testimony from one of the girls who survived the music festival thing, where she was like, yeah, helicopters just opened fire on us. And it's
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
obviously.
Yeah, people were speculating about this since like the very start, and then it's been widely confirmed now, including by an investigation by the Israeli police. I mean, admittedly, not generally the kind of source that I trust, but nonetheless.
If even they're saying it, though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What would their anti-Israeli agenda be exactly? So let's watch another clip. Before.
Before we move on to another clip.
Oh yes, fuck. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. It's all right. I just wanted to make another note on that World War II analogy that they wanted to make, which is that even if you took it completely at its face, which is ridiculous for a lot of reasons, you look at the actual numbers, and Israel has killed something like 100-to-1 ratio of civilians to militants in their campaign, whereas the British bombing campaign against Germany British American, I guess, killed about 500,000, 600,000 civilians throughout the war. Yeah. And they killed like 5 million German soldiers. So that's completely the opposite ratio. So even the most unforgivable crime against humanity part, and they still killed way, way fewer civilians than the Israeli army has been killing.
Yeah, man.
Completely absurd.
I got some figures here from Stats for Lefties earlier. Source Euro-Mediterranean Human Rights Monitor and United Nations. Palestine has lost 15,707 civilians, which is 95% of those killed in the conflict. Israel has lost 859 because, yes, whilst 1,200 Israelis were killed on October the 7th, a number of them were in the IDF. Children killed, Palestine, 7,208, 99.6% of the children killed in the conflict. Israel, 31, 0.4%.
Yeah.
It's just it's just unfathomable, isn't it? Like, yeah. I don't want to be too much of a downer, but that's a lot of dead kids.
It's very, very grim, isn't it?
Bombing hospitals is a daily occurrence now.
Yeah, absolutely.
At first they were pretty shy about it, weren't they?
Yeah, they were a little demure about their
it's Islamic Jihad.
propensity for bombing hospitals. Yeah, but they're full on into that now. You mentioned, while we're just on the World War II comparisons, that fascist cunt Douglas Murray published that article in the Times of Jerusalem, I think, which was Palestinians are actually worse than the Nazis, because unlike the Nazis who felt bad about it, Palestinians actively take pleasure in murder and brutality, and it's if they do, they do it a fucking lot less than Israel. They've got a real,
they're really bad at it.
Yeah, they've got really good control of their jonesing for violence. I wish I was like that with my habits. Not violence.
You're
Do you wish that you could bring yourself to kill less Jews, Jack? Is that what you're saying?
Sorry, no, I'll equal it out, kill an equal number of Palestinians. And no, sorry, how many more, so hang on, Israel, right, so say I've killed 859 Jews, then I will have to kill 15,707 Palestinians. Apologies, to compensate, to make things
level. You gotta get the ratio right.
Yeah, exactly.
You better crack on.
Yeah, because there won't be that much left. I mean, the hospital bombing thing, that's a slow rolled out murder. Once you take out all the hospitals in a place, that means that people can't be treated for serious injuries and illnesses. That means that
all the kidney patients,
unsanitary conditions will prevail. There'll be mass epidemics, and again, people won't be able to be treated for these illnesses that will spread. Can't emphasize enough that a genocide rarely happens in one fell swoop. It's generally drawn out slightly over a period of time, and if you want to do that, then taking out all the fucking infrastructure, all the schools and hospitals and everywhere that provides a kind
Parliament? They blew up the Parliament.
Yeah. Religious buildings as well, everything that constitutes a society.
University got blown up there.
Yeah, well, that's because there's so many gay students there that just need to be taught a lesson, as we'll see in a minute in another clip. But sorry,
depending where you want to count it, it took 5 to 10 years or so to roll out the Holocaust and kill 6 million Jews and then millions of other people. People forget that. They look at what's going on in Gaza and they're like, well, it's only been like a few thousand in the last couple weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, that's a lot.
We've not...
a lot. And there's only so many millions of people.
Yeah.
There.
And we've not got stats for injuries there. And I saw a quote from a medical professional in Gaza who said that a serious injury is now a life sentence. A death sentence, sorry. The opposite.
There's also a significant number of people officially missing, almost certainly trapped under rubble.
Yeah.
Which means almost certainly dead.
Yeah.
They don't have anesthetic
definitely.
out there in the hospitals. They've run out of shit like that now.
I think all the babies that were evacuated from Al-Ahli were very seriously infected.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Yeah, it's absolutely fucking horrible once you get into the actual situation. It's outrageous. But, thank God we've got rid of Jeremy Corbyn. At least our government's supporting it.
Anti-Semitism solved.
Yeah. That's the main thing, that we got decency returned to British politics so our government can help make sure that this happens. And the next government that will get in after this one. The oppression of the Palestinians probably isn't going to stop anytime soon. Well, that's depressing. Let's watch some more mad Israeli bullshit then. This is
That'll cheer us right up.
Yeah. Well, we might as well put put at least, what can you do but laugh?
Good evening.
It's her again.
Bitch again,
Our
honestly.
favourite. Love her. Super
From
taxi.
London, here are some news
Super taxi.
from the war in Gaza. Israel has bombed a hospital, killing hundreds of innocent people. More.
Ha ha ha.
Much better. With
The
more
BBC
details, our
literally
Middle East-
personally inflating, BBC anchors personally inflating the death toll in Gaza.
correspondent Harry Whitegilt.
Harry
Oh
White
my
Guild.
God.
Fuck.
Very bold coming from.
It looks a bit like Fred Armisen, one of his wigs that he wears in his sketches. I'm glad, Portlandia, great. The Israeli Portland. Kush got me feeling like the Israeli Portlandia.
Good evening, Rachel. From
Good evening, Rachel. I'm gay, like all other decadent
are
Western
they
supporters of Hamas.
Sounds like someone trying and failing to do Mike Gapes.
I'm Owen Jones, a small man.
colony of Tel Aviv. Israeli officials has denied bombing the hospital, but
What is this
we have
voice?
video footage showing what really happened indeed.
I'm beginning to see why they thought Lee Kern might be a good hire.
I bet
I never
you
thought
wrote
I'd
this
say
shit,
that,
yeah.
but fucking hell.
Harry White Guild. That does sound like one of his jokes. Look, it's a pop culture joke. This is
Absolutely
just like
shocking,
Saturday Night
Harry.
It's
Live.
not absolutely wrong in the
Video from
subtitle.
Hamas, the most credible not terrorist organization in the world.
Why does it have
I'm
English
sorry,
subtitles
Rachel, I've
anyway?
got some
Because
They're
it.
speaking English.
Yeah, but then, let's be real. These accents are a little bit.
This
iffy.
is aimed at Americans.
Yeah.
You have to remember that.
Yeah, they needed subtitles on like Ken Loach's Sweet 16, which is set in Glasgow.
Train spotting.
terrible news. The United States Pentagon says it has evidence Israel
United
did
States
not
Pentagon.
bomb the
Yeah,
hospital.
oh yeah, of course.
Wait, what?
She's horrified by that because she knows that that's a very trustworthy source, the Pentagon, on international affairs.
What? Well, I guess it's going to be one of those things we can never be sure about. Like how the Jews knew about 9/11 and did not go to work that day.
That's what we all say.
The BBC report that all the time, don't they? Yeah, that's where that came
I
from.
might make that into a meme, that
Even
expression.
my bro Alex
Please,
Jones
yeah.
doesn't say stuff like that. Holy shit.
No, they just published recording of
Sorry, I
Hamas
that.
freedom fighters admitting they were the one who fired the missiles by mistake.
إذا تقول يا أولهم أنا ريت تتيل شيلانو على بيت خليم شيل عتسمينو.
يلا بسيدة ولا يوشا ما.
Jihad militant number 2. I love
Jihad
it.
militant number 2.
The kind of rich part on offer to up and coming Arab actors in Israel.
This is like,
There's going to be
is
some
better
guy on there
quality.
whose like IMDb page is just that Jihad militant number 2, ISIS baby raper number 6.
With like 50
This is like
different
actually,
films.
like it's better than the fake recording that the Israelis actually did put together of this incident, though, right? Like,
That's what I was gonna say. This is actually like way more realistic than the actual propaganda. But well, I get it, this is propaganda too, but you know what I mean.
they should have got this team on that or whatever.
A few gays were in the hospital, so it's fine. In
Oh
Israel,
my
we
God.
love gays. Owen Jones, we love him. Great, we love gays.
كما هو مهم. كاخذ بحي.
I just like him, but a homo him.
دي العسل.
You win some, you lose some. Impelling
I guess
dialogue.
we'll never know exactly what happened.
But I mean, that is actually the best satire, even if unintentionally, because it is exactly what Israel's fabricated Hamas leadership calls are like.
Yeah.
No, we did it. I'm pretty sure that's a direct quote from the video that Israel
Yeah.
put out.
It's just going to stay a mystery.
شو ميستري.
It's not a
يا
mystery.
مجنونين. دي نحن اللي قامر يا نحن.
Only us. Only Hamas is bombing
But
hospitals in
it's
Gaza.
still Israel's fault, indeed.
Of course. Because
Because the Israeli blockade prevented Hamas from getting proper functioning missiles, and this is why tragic accidents like this happens indeed.
Thank you so much, Harry. Good night, everyone. And remember, Israel is ISIS.
Well,
And again,
I
the
don't
propaga-
disagree with like.
The propaganda line is literally Hamas.
BBC is based now.
Clip that line
Holy
and just
shit.
add it to our show intro.
By the way, Israel is ISIS. And then cut to Keir Starmer, like, AI Keir Starmer, like, and if you don't like real politic, you are anti-Semitic.
Hi, it's Keir Starmer, and I just want to say that the Real Politik podcast is the greatest podcast in the world. And if you disagree with me on that or anything else, then you are anti-Semitic.
So I think this clip originally aired because I saw like a clip that somebody had filmed off their TV, presumably in Israel, where this sketch in the middle it cut to Greta Thunberg with her awful Jewish anti-Semitic friend with a Jews for
Did
Hamas
she have the
sign.
octopus?
Let me look this up on YouTube quick, and I'll tell you.
Because I feel like if they haven't gone for the octopus, then the octopus thing is fully just British
Yeah.
people with brainworms.
Like, how mad could it
Have
be?
we used the Keir Starmer with the toy octopus as an episode? Yeah,
Oh, I don't know. We could do this time. Probably best to remind me.
from his tour of Octopus Energy.
I'm looking up this fucking sketch show now. Apparently it's called A Wonderful Country in Hebrew.
Yeah, like Eretz something.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. But, like, I want to see the viewership numbers.
20 seasons. Fucking hell.
Oh my god, that's almost as overexposed as Have I Got News for You.
Yeah.
Almost as unfunny too.
No, it's linking me to on YouTube. I'm finding fucking spitting images Greta Thunberg
no.
sketches.
Which-
Fucking...
Here we go, I found it. So, they actually, don't seem to have a particular octopus emphasis in this sketch at all. That there is no octopus in sight. This has been considered too mad, even for deranged pro-Israel satire show Eretz Nehederet.
Guess who's a big fan of it, though? Has spoken out and been like, this is satire done right.
Sacha Baron Cohen?
Mr. Malcolm Gladwell.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow.
that's the endorsement you want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so basically,
definitely.
she's got a cow behind her that is like, I stand with McDonald's, and this Smurf stands with Gargamel. I don't know much Smurf lore, I'm
No, he was
afraid.
the villain in the Smurfs.
Yeah.
I thought that was Mike Gapes, the hatless Smurf.
Probably looks a bit like a young Mike Gapes, actually, doesn't he, Gargamel? I don't know.
There's no such thing
What,
as a
sexy?
young Mike Gapes. He looked exactly the same as he did now when he was 20.
Yeah.
No one's seen any photographic proof that says anything different.
So
He's
yeah,
timeless.
my theory is that they did actually disseminate that. I certainly saw that Greta Thunberg clip, which was in English, on Twitter. I saw it shared around. But it doesn't seem to be on the program's official YouTube channel, and I wonder if that's because it like makes them look bad, that they're just like bullying this nice young autistic woman. I don't know, just put it
Maybe
theory.
they got more of a backlash, yeah, so they only put the ones up that really pop the psychos internationally.
Yeah, even though they didn't really go in on me. Well, they didn't go in on the Octopus stuff at all, I don't think.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
that was
then-
started by like literally just one random German
It was
or
just a
Satan
maniac
guy who
on
was having
Twitter, right?
Yeah, who then admitted like 2 hours later, like, I was just trying to get hits. Just trying to get retweets, farm
Yeah,
numbers.
it's been QAnoned into reality now, I feel like.
I don't know, maybe they do pick the contestants on University Challenge the same way that they pick the audience for Question Time, by just fucking getting their hands on a leaked EDL mailing list and recruiting as many of the people possible. Although they're probably all behind Israel. Have they done the big, the quote-unquote big, have they done the modest rally in support of Israel in London yet with Tommy Robinson and Eddie Marson?
Yeah, they did it on the day that the big march was, right? And they all
No. Was it not scheduled for after that?
I'm thinking of the Cenotaph Defenders. That's different.
Yeah.
That was Tommy Robinson
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry I didn't get to meet you at the march, by the way, Lilah. It was there was a lot of people there. I don't think
I didn't. There was many people I was meant to meet and did not see. It was
Jack-
insane.
Jack was busy defending the Cenotaph.
Yeah. What? I'm genuinely anti-police. I was going where the anti-state action was, getting in fights with Rozzers.
Principled anti-cop.
Yeah. Once you got into the march, it was just like so hard to move from the spot you were in. I needed a piss like the whole time, like it was.
I think everybody did. I think it was just like a day of everybody having intense kidney infections, basically.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I got one more sketch, and you guys probably remember this one.
Is this the one that is truly about the LGBT acceptance of Israel? Is that this one?
Oh, well, yes, basically.
Yeah.
Columbia anti-Semitic. news.
Oh yes, they've got a big
Terrible.
Progress Pride flag waving. I see.
Yeah, and look, from the river to the sea, they're doing hate speech. And I want to see what that sign is. Oh yeah, so they're standing in front of kidnapped hostage
They've got
signs.
blue and pink hair.
Blue and
Lovely.
pink hair, yeah. And look, that guy is very sardonic. He's like, oh.
That's a sick as hell keffiyeh, though. I want one that's got like neon pink stuff on it.
Yeah. Any other visual details? No, it's pretty probably cobbled this together quite quickly.
Hi everyone, we are live on YouTube with Columbia Anti-Semitic News, where everyone is welcome.
Oh, is that the same woman as
I
the
think
BBC
it is
News
the
video?
same woman.
Why is she like
What
there?
range?
Okay, she does the best English-speaking accents, I guess. Like,
They probably just don't have many people willing to be on it, right?
Yeah.
this is a killer joke.
Shallow bench.
LGBTQH. Can you guess what the H is going to mean?
LGBTQH. Hamas.
I totally
so
skip
trending
Hamas.
right now.
So trending right now. What is this, like fucking 20?
He sounds like Bruno.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not homophobic at all. Like
great satire. Did you see that story of Sacha Baron Cohen pissed off a bunch of right-wing homophobic Israelis when he was in Israel
Yeah.
filming Bruno?
That's a break character to try and not get the shit beaten out of him, basically.
Yeah, they tried to beat him to death and stone him and shit.
Yeah. He was like, I'm an Israeli Jew.
I'm surprised he didn't like put it in the film, but CGI a sign in the background saying like Gaza.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, with ideas like that, he'll hire you for the next one.
Yeah, who needs Kern?
Getting that Lee Kern money.
Yeah.
From the river to the
Chris
sea,
got me feeling like Lee Kern.
Palestine will be free. Do you know why it's true? Because it rhymes. Just look at all.
No, that's why it's a good chant.
Yeah.
It's not why it's true, but it's why it's catchy.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been forced to like watch like student improv that is like more engaging than this. This is miserable.
This would not get anywhere on like student radio.
No.
Like at a university with a shit student radio station like mine.
Look at all this toxic Zionist propaganda.
Zionist propaganda. Kidnapped in Gaza. Does this look like Gaza to you?
Yeah.
Not a bad point again, because like why the fuck are you putting up posters of like the people at Columbia anti-Semite?
You seen this hostage?
Yeah, well, they got them. I mean, okay, I understand, like, in Wales, that's different. The Welsh Underground Network, they've got all the hostages in their tunnels, but in most places,
the
civilized
Welsh
places...
Underground Network actually exist and are great, and they're the reason we have loads of good archive stuff still in the public domain, so please don't use that as the name.
Okay. Well, look, I'm not literally colluding with the Welsh branch of Hamas to dig these tunnels. You know, it's not my call what it gets named. But anyway, we have more great comedy here.
Bro, I have no idea what Gaza looks like.
And they're smiling. Do hostages smile? Zionist liars.
Totally sus.
Do they think we're stupid?
Stupid? I major in queer post-colonial astrology.
Did you know there's things that are
They
like
really
dumb?
want you to know how much they hate gay people. Like,
Yeah,
and
it's
trans
act-
people
it's
earlier,
like-
of course, as well.
Like dumb things like astrology and being gay. You know, it's so stupid. Where are we?
Ew. Jews make the world dirty. And no, I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm racist fluid.
Exactly. And now for a little break
Great
from
joke.
all this activism, we want to say hello to our BFF,
Bestie freedom fighter.
Abu Fatwa in Gaza. Salam alaikum.
Alaykum as-salam, and inshallah Allah will kill you all infidels.
Thank you so much for joining us. Love the headpiece, the old oppression chic. Very drip.
To be fair, it is a drip.
How are you? Are you safe?
Oh yes, I'm safe. I'm in a tunnel under the Gaza hospital. Above me, I have Allah.
The Gaza hospital. If there was just one, if there was just one hospital,
Probably
in
is
The
Gaza,
one that
now.
they've left standing
Yeah.
by the time they filmed it.
yeah. If there was just one, that would have saved Israel a lot of work.
And 2 million civilians protecting me.
Community is so
The
important.
human shields. I'm still like confused about how people think that works. Like, they just line them up downstairs or something. They're
Because, like, even if that was the plan, like, it's clearly such a bad plan, and Israel
will definitely Israel will definitely have mercy on innocent Palestinians this time. we think they've learned their lesson. Okay.
These days.
Do you need like humanitarian aid, food, fuel, medicine?
It's okay, I have everything.
They're living in
I'm
luxury.
only hungry for rockets.
As long as it's organic.
There are mass
Okay,
food shortages in Gaza, by the way.
But I feel like they ruined their only good line, because I'm only hungry for rockets is the chip, kind of like a good shitpost. But like,
As long as it's organic.
Could be there with you.
You can come to Gaza anytime, and we will throw you from the roof, you homosexual dirt.
This doesn't really
Don't
work
wanna
when
throw
they've
me a
done
rooftop
several
party.
They are
homophobic
so
jokes,
welcome.
like in the video, and then be like, look, these terrorists are really homophobic.
Come
well, that's
on,
something you've got
come-
in common with them, if that's true.
Come with us. Come with us, you small homo. We love you. We will look out for you.
Come in and inclusive.
So, shukran. And you are also very welcome to come here to America.
We will come. First we finish with Israel. And America is next.
Yeah, you hear that? Hamas are gonna invade America. Like they invaded Israel. You know, you heard that from Piers Morgan. Actually, Hamas are analogous to Russia, and Israel are analogous to Ukraine, because both Israel and Ukraine were invaded by a hostile foreign force. You can see the cogs whirring in his mind as he worked out that one.
Yeah. One of the top militaries in the world, Hamas.
Yeah, they are going to launch a full-scale land invasion of the United States. You heard it here. But yeah, it's just like, come to Gaza, we will throw you off rooftop gate. To be honest, I reckon they got like priorities other than that at the moment.
How many rooftops are there left at this point?
Yeah. This is why it's humanitarian of
But
Israel
I think
to
the
destroy
rooftop
these roofs.
thing is not based in fact. Like, I think a lot of it comes
It's
from...
an ISIS thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but also it's because there was some guy who got killed, but he was only rumoured to be gay because the IDF spread that rumour.
They're all just like, haha, look at this guy, haha, he's like the kind of man who would have blue hair, haha.
Yeah,
Little
like that,
homo.
like, it's just, yeah, like, there was some Hamas guy who got, like, thrown off a roof for, like, being a traitor or something, but then the IDF were like, and he was totally a homosexual. It's like,
I just can't take anyone seriously when they use that line,
Well
because
said.
it's just one of those fucking catchphrases. Like, it's like human shields, throwing gay people off roofs. What's
Iranian
the other one?
hangmen.
Iranian hangmen.
Base under the hospital.
Yeah, not all of these catchphrases related to Owen Jones, but you know, many of them in some way.
If they weren't invented to, they've all been deployed there.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Great. So
rolling.
I guess we'll see you soon.
Yes, it would be a blast.
Can't wait. It will be so multicultural.
Ya Allah, you are so stupid.
Thank you so much, Abu. We love you.
I won't even bother killing you. It's a waste of bullets.
Good vibes only.
It's better you just kill yourself.
Okay, bye.
Die.
From the river to the...
Yeah. People in Gaza, they don't even want international sympathy and solidarity. They look with total contempt upon all the fucking idiotic rubes in the West who were like, oh man, it's bad that these people are getting killed. They're like, ha ha ha, no, we like to die, ha.
Yeah. Awful.
So that's the pre-prepared clips that I had.
Thank you, in a way.
A wonderful treat.
Well, should we watch some comedy?
I like to
Yes,
laugh.
let's put on some Israeli comedy.
Yeah, the
Ian
best
Yair
kind.
love to laugh.
I've been counting the minutes since the last recording we did. It's all that keeps me going is the thought of more top Israeli comedy.
Well, as you guys know, I am a fan of rap music. Have you ever thought, what if Israel had its own version of The Lonely Island?
Oh,
sick.
fantastic. I'm literally rubbing my hands waiting for this.
Well, don't do that, because that's an anti-Semitic stereotype.
I'm going to do it more then. I didn't know about that one. Take it more.
Definitely got to share that. Oh, we got to share the computer sound for this one, fellas. This is the real deal.
Just the fixed screen before you press play is already grossly offensive on different levels.
Look at this idiot. She's saying fucking donate to Gaza. That's probably an actual building. But
there's a photo of an actual like destroyed building in the background. That's not a false flag. That's just them bragging about what they've done.
Yeah, I noticed when I edited our last episode, we kind of forgot to explain some of the visual shit on screen, like subtitles and stuff, when it wasn't in English, so I'll try and be more conscious of that this time. At the bottom of the screen, it says, donate to Gaza, www.hamas.com. It's highly sophisticated Israeli humour here. Let's watch this then. Little fist saying Free Palestine in the corner. Let's
Great.
see. Wait.
No, I said great.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That stupid misunderstanding is already funnier than anything this entire channel that we're about to watch has ever put out.
Yeah, here we go.
The children of Gaza are suffering. They have no food or medical supply. But you can help. Please open your heart and make a donation by clicking in the link below. Shukran.
Let's pause that. So 666 people just donated. You get it? Because Palestine for fucking
Very
devil.
clever.
Any other jokes on screen here? No, the
It
666.
says, just that it says
now.
"Give me now," but they've done it so lazily that they haven't photoshopped the bit next to it that just says "Start a GoFundMe." So they are actually massively liable to cite GoFundMe while still coming up with their own shit branding.
That's amazing.
And God bless you.
So what is this? Is this like the...
all the money's coming from France and from New York. What?
Yeah, money is going straight past Gaza to Qatar. So, what's happening on screen here?
So Qatar, I think, where you got like the rich Arabs sending money.
Qatar is where the leadership of Hamas are allegedly based. So,
But
these
all
guys are so
right,
fucking
all
based.
same.
I'm using
It's just
hip-hop
full of
terminology.
lazy visual shorthand for wealth. It looks like the intro sequence to like a bad Dragon's Den program.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of a different era of hip hop. This is like early 2000s bling rap.
This is more like 50 Cent.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of flashing money about in like modern rap videos, but it's more kind of like a bunch of like very frail young guys drinking cough syrup and waving guns about. But so yeah, we've got
stuff I like.
Yeah.
Stuff I keep trying to get Jack to listen to.
Stuff we can relate to.
So you've got 3 Hamas leaders here. They're all wearing identical cream suits. They're
Much
smoking
like the Liverpool 1996 FA Cup final team.
I'm sure that's a conscious reference there.
It is. They're trying to demonise them.
Some people like that. You're right. Nobody here, but...
Oh, I'm not making the jokes for you. I'm making the jokes for the real heads that have put up with no football jokes for like 20 episodes straight and just cling on for the really good one that drops to dead silence every time.
Well, anyway, the Hamas fellas here, they're waving around money. They've got a suitcase full of money and other suitcases stuffed with money. It's just pouring out of the suitcases under there. Let's see what else the Hamas leadership are up to here. They've got a chandelier. They're basically in like a 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
Gold table with just gold shit all over the table. Like a gold teapot, I think that is.
Yeah.
The deputy chairman of the Hamas political bureau here.
I'm thinking like a member of Yakuza in the games.
Right, and this guy is Khaled Mashal. He is the it went to the screen too bad. Ismail Haniyeh, the chairman of the Hamas political bureau. Okay. And they're all worth billions, apparently, these guys. They're individually worth like 4 or 5 billion apiece. According to this video. I cannot believe... It's in English. Wait, go back a second. He was eating... what meat was he eating there? A huge steak.
A giant steak that he's like eating off a fork on one go.
Fork. Yeah, he's got a golden fork and just got a big steak on it, and he's just eating it out of his mouth.
Doesn't need a knife.
No peppercorn sauce, nothing.
They've got loads of teacups on the table, but they're all empty.
We know how
like
Hamas
residue
tea.
in them. Well, they're apparently not, because they're not actually pouring any of that shit out of their golden teapot. So anyway, yeah, so they're playing poker. They've got, like, on the screen behind them, they've got Al Jazeera playing images of all the fucked up shit in Gaza, but they're saying they don't really give a shit while they puff another cigar.
Yeah, really give a shit. Well.
Check. Wanna check out? We are dealing here with
wealthy is smoke cigars.
What's that, yeah? That's a FFF?
No,
Sorry,
so, like,
I always mistake you for Jewish.
Yeah, a good way to show you're wealthy is to smoke cigars.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
exactly.
I like smoking cigars, but like they're not that expensive.
Well, I assume he's a Cuban because global communism is powering Hamas.
Yep.
The room service wouldn't bring us lobsters. Call Maya Khalifa to play with us some FIFA.
Israel hate like popular celebrities from other countries who don't.
It's always Mia Khalifa. For some reason, it's always Mia Khalifa.
Yeah, well,
just people who don't deep throat the Israeli state's cock.
Yeah, exactly. I bet that's not even the real Mia Khalifa there.
I think that's a fairly safe bet.
She probably...
Are these the real Hamas leaders?
Yeah, good point. They're playing PlayStation now, by the way. They're having a bath here. My people have no
So
water.
hang on, like a verse ago, they were trying to imply like
he's having a bath, and there's also another guy by him.
Together, they're gay. That's
pretty gay.
They're gay.
So comfortable
but if you're gay, guys, don't support Hamas. Even though these guys seem incredibly gay, they seem like the gayest dudes in existence. If you are gay, do not sympathise with these guys.
Like a verse ago, they were doing the sort of all this stuff about them starving is a lie, and now they're like, oh yeah, they have no water, but we do. So it's like it's true.
Yeah, that's true.
They can't get their attack line straight as to whether to acknowledge that they are actually starving the region of food, water, electricity, as they very publicly bragged to the world they were going to do in advance of doing it.
Exactly. He's got like a sports car. He just ordered me new wheels.
Yeah, just in the suite.
He's got a little dog.
Like you can't drive it out of there.
It says on screen, Gaza weather bombed and cloudy. Again, they're kind of acknowledging in a lot of ways that Israel is destroying the entire region and systematically killing and starving the people in it.
Yeah.
But like some other Palestinians aren't there right now and are rich, so this is all fine.
It's okay. We've got to take out these guys in their 5-star hotel in Qatar by bombing Hamas. I see the logic here.
Maybe there's a tunnel to their hotel room under a hospital. I don't know.
Bombing Gaza. Sorry, I just called Gaza Hamas, which is sort of the opposite point to what we're trying to make.
That's all right. That's the show funded for another year.
Hamas is Gaza.
Hamas is Gaza. Home of small homos.
As we know, all babies in Gaza are Hamas.
Yeah. They're the worst of the most vicious, as Hat McCulloch in South Park said. When babies get together, they can be a vicious mob. Like
get raw, baby.
But we have to free Hat. It's just that, he killed 23 babies.
Yeah, but it was in self-defense.
Yeah! He killed 23 babies in self-defense?
Hat was attacked maliciously and unprovoked by a gang of babies in Westtown Park. When that many babies get together, they can be like piranha. 3 eyewitnesses testify that if Hat hadn't killed those babies, they'd have killed him. Yeah! Free Hat! Free Hat!
All right.
Okay, so Gaza's sky is black.
It's black, but Qatar is always sunny. Knocking on the door. Fuck, it's the Mossad.
Fuck, it's the Mossad. And they're just says they're still counting money while they hide behind the door because they think Mossad's there.
Is the Mossad there to plant a bomb like it's so
He's got gold teeth.
No, yeah, rewind it a sec. He's got new grills.
Gold grills in his teeth saying "Free Gaza."
So how are they both terrified of Mossad, but Mossad can't find them in like a 5-star hotel?
Yeah, where they're just like, oh, those guys, they like knocked down a wall of the floor so that they could lift up a sports car on a conveyor belt to have it in their hotel room. Do you think those might be the Hamas billionaires you're looking for? Let's go.
Put some Netflix on, I don't want to see the kids.
That's such a shit line.
That's the biggest sign of wealth is you can afford Netflix.
Yeah. But I don't want to see the kids.
Yeah, a line aimed squarely at your racist uncle on Facebook there.
Why are you on Facebook? Why are you on Facebook?
Why are you on Facebook? Why are you on Facebook? Why are you on Facebook? Why are you on Facebook? Why are you on Facebook? Why are you on Facebook? Why are you on Facebook? Why are you on Facebook?
Van had it right. For once, being someone's least racist uncle. I don't know. Donate us money, he says.
My dog needs new Armani. Gaza sky is black, but Qatar is always sunny.
This is the chorus, they're just repeating shit. They're throwing money about in poker chips.
Qatar is always sunny.
They're playing poker with cards with the pictures of kidnapped Israelis on them. They're like Israeli hostage posters, but in miniature. I'm gonna screenshot that, like, when the kush.
One of them's now got poker chips for eyes.
Yeah. Take snapshot. Yeah, maybe that would be better. Yeah. I've got shoes. Oh, so that bitch who was pretending to be in Gaza, suffering at the start.
Yeah, it was a green screen photo of a demolished building that was a photo of a demolished building. You can't CGI that. That's just she's not literally there, but it exists and we bombed it to shit. But
so
it's
literally,
not really much
what
of a
we
point.
would assume that this sketch was doing in the first place.
Yeah.
So yeah, she is actually a crisis actor. Turns out.
Cry harder. We need more money.
We need more money.
People of the world.
Great stuff.
Wonderful.
So what do you think of that one then, guys?
Flawless. Makes Israel look great.
100%. Alright, let's already steamroll along to number 2. I'm saving.
That's the thing. I don't know. This stuff doesn't really. It doesn't seem like it plays to the conservative crowd per se, and it doesn't play to the leftist crowd. Who's it playing to?
It's maybe playing to people who aren't paying much attention to the whole thing.
Blood rage up.
They want an excuse to be like, "Oh, both sides are bad. I don't really care about this." Mm-hmm. But how many people is that now, really?
Yeah, but I was like thinking about that the other day. Like, who's this scared to? It's like just people who are already blood rage. It's basically scared to Michael Rappaport and people like that.
Well, already been out there.
He has been on this show, but I will get to that. Don't want to ruin my big surprise for video number 3. So let's do this one. This is a very funny sketch about rape with lots of funny rape jokes in it. Let's go.
Yay!
57 days after the October 7th massacre, and amid criticism over its silence about sexual violence, UN Women issued a statement condemning Hamas. The official inquiry started today.
The UN Women Organization was founded...
So, that woman on the left, I'm pretty sure, is the one who looks like Supertansky, actually, she does. She is the one who was playing the BBC woman in all those sketches we did before.
Yeah.
For the safety of every
And one of
woman
the
in the world.
in America.
And we condemn any act of sexual violence. As a woman, I would like to tell you one thing from the bottom of my heart.
I
believe you. Me too.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the joke there was,
hell.
they weren't saying that to a female victim of sexual violence, they were saying that to a Hamas guy in a balaclava.
A comedy terrorist from a bad 2003-4 era, like Channel 4 cancelled after 2 episodes.
In a balaclava, which I assume is because they could only find a white actor at short notice to cast in the role. Well, anyway, so like this guy from the Irish wing of Hamas is sitting there at the UN with the sexual violence.
Looks like the Mannix on top of the pops doing faster.
We understand that it's still difficult for you to talk about these events, but it's important that the whole world will know
Supertansky's crying.
what happened.
We raped a lot of women.
What?
Of course. Yes.
This is the exact same formula as the sketch where the Hamas people were saying that they bombed the hospital. And they were like on the call saying, "We bombed the hospital," and then the BBC woman would go, "Nobody could possibly know what happened in the hospital that day." Cut to a Hamas guy like, "We definitely bombed the hospital."
Yeah, but it's like the same sort of thing. Like, they don't understand satire because like you have to like understand people you're satirizing, and they just satirize characters of people.
Yeah.
I understand.
So they're basically doing what they did about the hospital bombing, but it's now about rape.
But unfortunately, It's a clear case of your words against their word.
Literally what they did about the hospital bombing thing.
Yes, so we don't know if it's enough to prove it actually happened.
Oh, no problem. We have filmed the whole thing. Do you want to look?
No, I don't want to see it.
Me too.
Oh.
Well, if Israel really want people to see all this footage they apparently have, then they would, I assume, release it in some more public form or let a larger number of journalists see it.
I think we have a problem.
We have a serious problem with the narrative.
The narrative.
Also the context. It's a press. Okay, the committee has examined all the evidence and we have reached our conclusion. It was not a rape.
It wasn't?
No. It was a rape resistance.
Jesus.
That's a new compound swear for you, isn't it?
Fucking hell.
Eat your heart out, Iannucci.
Oh my god, I think Lee Kern's actually slumming it getting involved with these people. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that feels imported from Britain.
Worse than that. Jeez.
A rape resistance. A legitimate act
right.
of resistance which applies only against Jewish women.
Resistance. I like it.
Me too.
Me too.
Great.
So you two see what they did there?
Satire.
There was, of course, a reference to the song Mr. Me Too.
I know what you're thinking, yeah, me too. Okay, everybody meet Mr. Me Too.
It was a pleasure meeting you, and may I say you both look lovely today.
And they're appalled by this. They're
Excuse
recoiling
me,
in
we
horror.
don't speak like that to women anymore.
Because you see these decadent Western progressives. They talk about all these microaggressions and stuff. They talk.
I
about
love that
all
it pivots into a cancel culture is bad as well.
Yeah,
bit at the
they
end.
talk about how
trivializing literally
you can't
every.
sexually harass women in the workplace and all this nonsense. This romance in the office is dead and all this shit. But then when it comes to barbarous, non-white hordes ravaging pure
All they had to do was stick to their stupid, offensive one joke for another 10 seconds and keep their seething anger about not being able to sexually harass women in the street to one side for this particular sketch. But they couldn't do that. They've now moved on to Me Too is disgraceful and you can't say anything to women anymore.
Yeah, Kern was in the writer's room and he was just going into a spiral. It's like 1 minute he was talking about the West and Hamas lovers, and then it was just like, and you can't say anything to women these days. Put that in. They're like, what? No, that wasn't related to the sketch, was it? Nah, this is gold. Put it all in there.
Sir.
It was a compliment.
It's 2023.
They have totally killed Office Romans.
Okay, so hang on. Did they have a live studio audience on this? What was that laughter there? Because that wasn't. You can't just have in the background. Where's that come?
They have totally killed Office Romans.
No.
Just a little mild titter. Why have that at all?
They only sound more tragic than studio audience not laughing at all.
Yeah, he might as well have gone up there and said,
It's
they
like
have.
a mild titter, yeah.
might as-
The mine's like, yeah, we've busted. We'll give it a clap.
He might as well have said, was that just like the fucking cameraman clapping or something? He might as well have just said, they have totally killed Office Romance.
Years and
Please
years
clap.
ago, some dickheads on the Cooked and Bombed forums were devising a plan to get topical comedy they don't like cancelled by turning up to tape-ins dressed as like BNP louts and just going like ha 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 to all the most offensive jokes.
They ended that sketch, by the way, with these women shivering as if traumatized by the experience of being complimented on their looks by Jerry O. Hamas of the provisional Hamas.
So unfunny, so bad.
It's 2.5 minutes long, that sketch, and it couldn't keep a coherent line.
Yeah.
Could not go that length of time
it kind of
without
reminds me of like
completely.
Bertie Rock, but like the sketches film show.
Yeah.
In between all the good jokes.
That is just like the deadest punchline, though. It's like, you know how Monty Python didn't really do punchlines on the show, and then one of the few times they did was the Dirty Fork sketch, where they closed it with, "It's a good job I didn't tell him about the dirty knife," and like when like Palin or whoever says it, he like says it with like total contempt, like, we know this fucking sucks. You know, they're being irony bros.
Proper lampshade. Yeah.
But in this, they just come out with like a dirty knife punchline, purely sincerely, and I don't know if they've just had,
makes
like...
it seem like they're really angry about not being able to sexually harass women in the office.
And I don't know if they actually do have a live studio audience who have just been sitting in rapt silence throughout this sketch, just like, this is deadly serious, cannot laugh at comedy sketch. Which, yeah, I mean, I would understand if they were pretty silent throughout that sketch, but where was that laughter coming from? Was it like the person providing the food for the day, like in the corner of the room, like the catering? Fucking hell. Deadest punchline I have heard in fucking ever. And all round just like a shitty sketch as well, and less fun to post about than the other ones due to the subject matter.
Yeah.
But anyway, the last one I've got here, although I do have another video that is not a sketch from Eretz Nehedret.
Perfect.
Oh, I like how it immediately starts Hogwarts.
Yeah. It's showing a Hogwarts-style school, and it's playing a sort of WCW copyright knockoff of the Harry Potter thing. But it still feels the need to like caption it with Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, because they think all of their
at some point we need to play Jack
viewers
the WCW knockoff rock songs and game.
Oh my god, yes.
They can't just put Hogwarts here, by the way. No one would just recognise that. They'd be like...
Yeah, what's a Hogwarts?
Oh, when a hog has warts, you should put it down. Okay, so let's go. Wait till you see the casting in this thing. I mean, I already spoiled it earlier, but still, this shit is unbelievable.
Honorable members of the faculty, we summon you here today to address the issue of anti-mudbloodism.
Yo, what it is, people, this fucking Dumbledore, your man. Like, that voice ringing any bells for you folks at home?
Yes, it's man who's most famous for saying the N-word a lot in a Spike Lee film.
So, I was listening to an episode of Talib Kweli's podcast recently where he was talking to a young woman whose name I forget, but she's involved in Palestine activism. And one of the things they were talking about was he mentioned his longtime friend Michael Rappaport. And he was talking about Michael Rappaport playing that Nazi in the 1995 film Higher Learning by John Singleton. He was like, of course, Michael was so good in that film. I had to ask him. I was like, yo, man, you got scarily into that. And Talib qualified. He was like, of course, that's the furthest thing from what Michael actually is. And what I noticed was Talib's guest did not respond in any way to this statement. She didn't dispute it, but there was no laugh, there was no murmur of agreement. It felt almost like she was thinking,
really?
I don't know, I think there are people who are further from that character than big Mikey Rappaport. So yeah, as we established earlier, he's in Israel. He's been in Israel longer than Seinfeld has. He touched down to hang out with Lee Kern a little while ago, and now he has finally made his Eretz Nerud, his debut.
He's in the big time now
on this show.
It is magnum opus, if you will.
This is a guy who has worked with the great directors, Spike Lee. I'm forgetting the other directors he's worked with.
I just did a bit of research into this, and in Michael Rappaport's defence, he also appeared in Clint Eastwood's Sully and has worked with Woody Allen at least 3 times.
If you want someone to say the M-word a lot, yeah, you get Michael Rappaport.
You call up Mike. He's like, yo, I'm your man, dog. So here he is playing.
Yo, I'm your man, I used to rap.
Yeah, he used to rap under the names White Mike and Milk. So let's watch a bit more of him here.
In Hogwarts, you guys are all professors, which means you're smart, so this shouldn't take long. Let's start with you, Professor McGonagall. Does advocating...
Fucking her again. I mean, okay, the makeup is pretty good there. She looks kind of like Maggie Smith in Harry Potter, but I'm sure she's going to give a a typically awful
The exact same performance she's done in all the other sketches, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she'll get to dig out her English accent again.
Oh, fuck, I hope not.
Thank God. Oh, she should do a Welsh one.
If she attempts a Scottish accent...
of course!
I'm just logging off the stream. Like, that's me done.
Yeah, McGonagall's not English, is she? Okay, let's watch more of this. Does advocating for the genocide of mudbloods... So this is about that fucking thing that happened with... Can you explain this, Yair? Because it's some American bullshit.
Well, didn't they bring a bunch of college professors before Congress and grill them about free speech? And they wanted to be free speech maximalists, and so they were like, yeah, it's totally cool to say anything. It was a really gross position that they got them stuck in, where...
it's all like Republicans were like...
But it's the sort of thing that comes up every time you do thought experiments around... Is it the Second Amendment the free speech one? Or the First Amendment?
The second's the gun one. The First Amendment's free speech.
I knew it was one of the
My idea of free speech is
the gun. The Second Amendment's much more important. That's about guns.
When I want to express myself...
But like, yeah, any time anyone gets into any like philosophical thought experiment around the First Amendment, you always get down there like, oh, you have to let people say really horrible shit then.
Yeah, as we learned from the previous episodes.
It's the same sort of people that are usually driving those debates are suddenly like, you let people say horrible shit? That's appalling.
So they said that theoretically somebody could be allowed to advocate for genocide of Jewish people or something, did they?
Yeah, I think so. It was not a great
look.
It was a terrible thing.
They were too damn to dig themselves out of that hole and said some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Damn. See, I thought that what they said had been mischaracterized just from not actually looking at the story.
I think it had a bit, but there was enough there to it that it's going to play really badly with everyone.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like how on RP we allow free speech, apart from FFF, when he says stuff.
No one's allowed that much free speech. You know, it depends how off-piece they go regarding
He's
my
allowed a bit of free
positions.
speech.
Yeah, so they're talking about that, and so they're saying, can you advocate for the genocide of mudbloods at Hogwarts? That's what they're discussing here.
Genocide of mudbloods violate the code of conduct on bullying and harassment in Gryffindor.
It's a context-dependent decision,
Fuck
Professor
me.
Dumbledore.
Another great accent.
That fucking voice, man.
How is calling for the genocide of mudbloods not a violation of the rules?
So now it's just Michael Rappaport getting angry. He's not playing character. This is just him in one of his YouTube videos. Like, so wait a minute. Why don't you fucking tell me, you chumps, how fucking saying from a river to the sea is not a direct threat to murder me, Michael Rappaport?
It's a context-dependent decision.
To be fair, I do want Rappaport a lot of time, but that's nothing to do with him being Jewish. It's just he's annoying.
I do as part of a long-standing rap beef. It's a sort of East Coast, West Coast thing.
You, Professor McGonagall, aren't you supposed to be one of the good guys in this story? You're telling me that calling for genocide is dependent on the context?
Oh, yes. Context. It's a new spell that makes everything that's wrong right. Context.
Great special effect.
What a frickin' witch. Okay, moving on to you, Professor Sprout. Does advocating for the genocide of mudbloods violate...
Doesn't Miriam Margolyes play Professor Sprout?
I think so.
Harry Potter. Yeah, they're not going to get her for this, are they?
No.
Hey, Miriam puts down the phone straight away.
The Hufflepuff code on harassment? Answer me yes or no. It's a yes or no question. So answer me yes or no.
This is just a Limmy bit, but completely misread the whole thing and inverted it. You're not supposed to sympathise with the person going yes or no, yes or no.
Wait, are you okay? Did you become mental? Are you mentally capable? How is that not harassment?
Are you become mental? Are you mentally capable? You say that Low End Theory is a better album than Midnight Marauders? You fucking chump. I mean, I bet he's not even using a script here.
Yeah, he's so currently he won't even use the R words that I use all the time and get bleeped for.
Well, it's just his surname, isn't it?
Well, if speech turns into conduct, it can be harassment, yes.
Okay, look, this is a very easy question. Okay, this is not the rules of Quidditch here. You're telling me that calling for the genocide of mudbloods is not bullying or harassment? That's what you're telling me?
Well, it's just words, not even the N-word. When they start...
FFF.
I love that included that because, like, Michael Rappaport is the most famous user of the N-word of all the white race.
I think he insisted on that line being written in.
He was doing alright in Hollywood, but then one day in 2005, he saw a legendary comedian called Michael Richards perform in a club, and he thought, comedy, that's what I want to do with my life.
Killing mudbloods, then yes, that would be harassment.
And if they kill all of them, it's classified as bullying and we might take action, depending on the context.
There hasn't been a joke in this for like the whole 2 minutes. It's just been, apart from Michael Rappaport going, "You fucking idiot!"
It's basically an episode of Gatecast, man, where we get 2 minutes in before was the first joke.
Not my favourite episodes.
Merlin's fucking beard.
Again, it's just like the reaction is just Michael Rappaport going, you fucking...
Yeah, fucking, I work with Spike Lee.
Oh, you goddamn whole-ass bitch.
I used to rap, I used to be called Milk.
They're just 100% relying
okay,
on,
Mr.
like,
Snape.
What's
New
that?
York Dumbledore, and that's all they've got. Like, that's the only comedy device they're even trying.
They have subtitled... He says Mr. Snape, but they have subtitled it as Professor Snape here. More Israeli
J.K. Rowling, famously
disinformation.
protective of the brand, she'd sue them for crap if they didn't correct them.
I think I can already guess your opinion on the matter.
Well, I'm the more complex character here. On the one hand, as a slithering professor, I do have some feelings against them. But on the other hand, as a half-blood myself, I think calling for the genocide is perfectly all right.
You know what you are? You are a self-hating mudblood, which is the worst kind of...
I do love it, like, when people are like, doing satire and we get so annoyed they can't do
It's
satire.
just Michael turning into an accidental attack on the dubiousness of J.K. Rowling's original material.
Listen up here, you hating-ass wizard bitch. I'ma tell you straight, ho. Fucking anti-Semitism is whack, dog.
Mudblood.
I prefer the term half-blood.
Having myself in the fucking head. What
Hang on,
happened to you all?
so they're using, specifically in this sketch, they're using mudbloods as an analogy for the Jewish people.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you're a self-hating mudblood. No, I'm a half mudblood, a half-blood. I'm half Jewish. They're getting across points about how half Jewish people aren't really Jewish and stuff in the comedy sketch they're putting out to the world. They've not got a clue what they're even attempting here.
Yeah, they're, you know, getting big into the blood purity thing there. They might as well just end the sketch with a Monty Python-style non-punchline where, like, the IDF inspector just comes through and, like, squirts his big hose of cum all over everyone. Whoops!
Don't give Kearney ideas.
People literally have no sense of humour, like the one you played on before and this one. They don't understand how jokes work, apart from like the basic country technical skill of it.
They've got like some real like nerdy soy banter shit where they start like expressing opinions on the Saturday Night Live, on the Harry Potter books I mean, but it's the kind of thing they would do on Saturday Night Live or on John Oliver, where John Oliver would be like, by the way, we all know that the best character in fucking Euphoria is like, it's like, fuck off, man.
Yeah,
you
it's
didn't
just
write
like,
that.
you raise an eyebrow and you be a bit arch. And it's like, that's not how to tell a joke. Me and Jack know. The way to tell a joke is you basically find a good joke in 30 Rock and you repeat it.
Over and over again. And then he says...
I left you in book 6, which, by the way, was the best one.
Which, by the way, was the best one. It's like, yeah, this is a debate that we're having, you know, in the culture. But it is, you know, it's that soy, like, fan service bullshit. It's just like, oh, these are popular books. Let's throw in a thing of like, oh...
You're a Harry Potter fan. So are we, who wrote this sketch. Yeah, we get you.
We love it.
Yeah, but popular books, but also like popular books for kids.
Yeah, well, you know, that's Michael Rappaport's reading age, isn't it? Probably roughly.
I mean, I've not read the books at all, and never will.
No, it's kind of reassuring to know
the
Michael...
whole thing is that after about book 3 or 4, each one was double the length of the last one, and she just fucked the editors entirely. Shit.
Since I'm pretty sure that he's improvising most of his dialogue, like, it's actually kind of reassuring to know that Michael Rappaport can read. Here we go.
Have the dark forces penetrated the castle walls?
Great
Who
line
was it,
delivery.
Voldemort?
Yeah, get him an
It's
Oscar
the
for this
state
shit.
who must
Walls?
not
What are those things that are the fucking houses? They all got them on each side. They got that fucking tumbling down the fucking the fucking, what are they called? Ceilings. No, fuck. God damn it.
It does make sense, like, the only book Michael Rappaport has read is Harry Potter.
I don't know, is there some Jay-Z decoded or something?
Yes, the Qataris.
Qatar again.
How much are they paying you?
Oh, they shit dollars on us.
Give me a figure, like,
Well,
just give me something. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why didn't you just say that from the start? I mean, for that kind of money, I'd say fuck all the mudbloods myself, and the Jews too. And if you didn't get the metaphor, that's because you're as stupid as a Harvard graduate.
Get the subtitles back. Get the subtitles back. Go back a few seconds there to the last line, man.
Michael Rappaport getting all, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it any longer here.
Turning to the camera and being like, if you didn't get the subtext with like the most sledgehammer comedy sketch that's ever been recorded in human history.
Like, if you didn't get the subtext,
Right.
you're a fucking idiot. Like, yeah.
So the line after this, just on the subtitles. Keep an eye on the subtitles from here.
I'll say fuck all the mudbloods myself.
Myself, and the Jews too.
The next one.
And the Jews.
Okay, so firstly, right, so...
And if you didn't get the metaphor...
wrong, and then that's because you're as... like
They spelled both
God.
metaphor and you're wrong.
But all the actors speak English.
This is their public
fluently, whether
outrage,
it's
just for us.
presumably not a first language, but they well, Michael Rappaport's not a first language.
No, he speaks
he doesn't have a first language.
He speaks AAVE.
He speaks New York taxi driver as his first language.
He speaks the language of the streets, dog.
God, we wish you wouldn't.
Yeah. Okay.
That's because you're as stupid as a Harvard graduate.
It'd be funny if they spelt Harvard wrong, like that Lil Pump album, the Harvard graduate. You know,
Yeah.
going, you're such a fucking hoe. That, yeah, right. The hearing is adjourned.
Hearing is adjourned. Let's go get some shish kebab.
Another banger punchline.
Switch over. Let's go get some shish kebabs. Yeah.
Why is that funny? Is because it's like
We all
Muslim
like-
food.
We all like shish kebabs.
Well, that's it anyway. That's that fucking sketch.
I feel dumber for having experienced that more so than when I've seen part of a Harry Potter film.
There's so many Gatecast jokes. I feel stupid about writing, and it's like, actually, I'm not actually writing them.
No.
I actually
No,
am smart.
no, you
Gatecast
are.
is high art.